Oh, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the shop. So for this week's video, I pulled out of the kiln a little Maple Burl cap that I've had in there for a while. Getting her to dry out. You can see we're gonna have some nice maple figuring inside of this guy, but we do have some pretty deep voids. So it looks like this is gonna be a casting project. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get this up between centers. I went out to the local dollar store and got us a little mold. So I'm gonna try and sort of kind of match the contour of this guy to the bottom of this here plastic bowl, and you know, just in order to save us some resin. Had I done a square mold, as you can see, we'd be dealing with a lot of waste, and I'm not about waste. So I'm gonna get this guy up between centers and get this shaped in for our mold, and we will go from there. All right, let's get to work. All right, guys, so we got this guy up between centers. I'm using a worm screw, and our tailstock's basically just kind of in there for some moral support. Just gonna get some of this contoured out, get our outer diameter into an acceptable dimension for our mold here. And let's get this guy cast. That's gonna be it on touch and bottom. All right, guys, so we're all set up here. We're gonna be using the TotalBoat thick set, not because I'm concerned about depth of pour, but I really just want a slow cure on this. I want it to bond well and have plenty of time to integrate into the bark, all these crevices, tiny little spaces. So that's my reasoning. I don't know if it's gonna work out that way, but we're gonna find out. So first things first, I'm gonna get a little mold release in here, keep the piece in my mix bucket well away from that while we're doing that. I'm going to be adding a little bit of this light blue mica. Not trying to take away from this wood grain at all, so it's going to be very light. Just a little bit of ghosting. All right. It's been just under 48 hours. I want to make sure we got a good cure on this. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I'd say that's looking pretty dang perfect. Awesome. All right, I'm gonna get this back up on the worm screw. We'll get to doing some turning. Alright guys, so just taking a look here at our casting, I'd say this came out very nicely. Really liking the look of that color on there too. So just gonna get started here by stripping back whatever resin is covering up our wood. We'll get our profile cut in and go from there. guy cleaned up. Let's take a look, see what we got. He's done. Let's go check it out. Alright guys, well, I don't know that I've had the honor previous to this to work with such a beautifully figured piece of burl. When I pulled this guy out of the shed, I couldn't even imagine I'd be finding this kind of character. What seemed to me to be, you know, a relatively small burl cap. I really think the resin in this application worked out exceptionally well. I know a lot of guys out there, a lot of turners out there will automatically down thumb something like this simply because it has some resin in it, but I think this is a beautiful application of it and a reason for some of you guys out there to consider doing some work with this stuff, because you can get some very amazing results. And I think in this kind of capacity, you know, it's not like I'm trying to overwhelm the piece. I certainly didn't want to take the eye away from all of this beautiful, beautiful figuring. But yeah, I don't know guys. I will leave some slow rollers at the end as usual. And you know, as always, let me know what you think in the comments. If you want to support the channel, smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check out our Facebook, Instagram. We have a Patreon as well if you want to support us that way. Also, be sure to follow this one out to the end. I will be announcing the winner of the Brad's Workbench tongue wax giveaway. So, till next time, love you guys. See you then. Buttermilk 3696. Shoot me an email at dukaheritage@gmail.com. Get me your info. I'll get that over to Brad, and we will get that on over to you.